Hey guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at all of our Major League Baseball games we have coming up for Thursday, July 10th. This season is flying by. We are closing in on our final weekend before the All-Star break. We are almost at the midway point. We have some great series ending. We have a couple series kicking off. There's 11 games in total today. What we're going to do is we're going to break down every single baseball matchup. We're going to look at the rosters, the pitching, the lineup, try to predict the outcome for every single one of our games. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, what the final scores might be, and we'll also be taking a very in-depth look at the best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. First things first, though, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments at all, do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What are your thoughts on these games? What are your picks today? Make sure to drop it below, and I will make sure to respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. Click on that link. You can sign up there, and I would definitely appreciate it. We go over every single baseball game every day this entire season. We break them all down, and once the football season starts, we do the same thing for football. That's for the NFL, college football. We break down all the matchups. We do predictions. We do best bets on every single game. There is 11 games in total today. A couple teams have the day off. We have a couple series kicking off. But one interesting note, there is one doubleheader today. Whenever a doubleheader happens, crazy stuff happens. Whatever happens game one, the complete opposite happens game two. That's just the way they work. But let's not waste any more time. Let's start taking a look at these 11 games. And our first game of the day is an early one. This one's going to be on MLB Network. This is game one of our doubleheader, guys. I'll be up front. I hate doubleheaders because they're hard to pick. Crazy things happen. So much of it comes down to how much do these teams get into their bullpen. Game one, they could completely be drained. They could be shorthanded by the time that we get to game two. We just don't know all those variables yet. But at 12:05 p.m., we're going to have the 53-39 New York Mets. The Mets right now tied for the Phillies for first place in the NL East. They'll be facing the 40-50 Baltimore Orioles. Right now, Baltimore Orioles, young team, a lot of power here. They're starting to score a lot of runs. The big question mark is still their pitching. The Mets, they're starting to get some help back. They were pretty drenched at the pitching position. A lot of guys on the DL, but they're getting two other starters back. That's going to provide some relief. They need some left-handed help in the bullpen. Right now, Juan Soto's hot. They got to keep him hot, and that 4 through 9 in the batting order really has to step up. The Mets have a 58% chance to win this game. The Orioles, a 42% chance. The Mets also come in here. They are 1.5 run favorites. The over-under here is 8.5. The Mets are minus 138. The Orioles are plus 115. Right now, that Mets offense, they just need to be a little more consistent. They're averaging 4.4 runs a game, hitting 245, 118 home runs. A lot of power. They just need to make sure they're not solo home runs. They have 69 steals. They're giving up 3.54 runs a game. The Mets finished the month of August probably the worst end of that month in all of the major leagues. They completely fell off the rails. They lost, 14 of 17 total games. Their team ERA went from 2.9 up to 3.54 in a 2-week span. They got completely curb stomped during that time, but they've shown a lot of momentum right now. They're starting to get things back on track. You want to carry that momentum up and then through the All-Star break. The Orioles, 4.2 runs a game. 239 average, 107 home runs, decent power. 61 steals, getting a 4.93 runs a game. The Orioles have Charlie Morton on the mound. This guy was supposed to start yesterday. He's a veteran pitcher. He's about 58 years old at this point, not having his best season right now. 5-7 record, 5.47 ERA. 77.1 innings, 84 strikeouts. He still has his strikeout stuff, but he's getting up a lot of hits, putting a lot of guys on base. 85 hits in 77 innings. And then the Mets have David Peterson. He did finish last season leading the majors in second half ERA. Kind of picked up right where he left off last season. Career 3.8 ERA. This season a 3.18. That's solid overall. 6-4 record. 102 innings, 87 strikeouts. How about only 7 home runs in 16 games? Give me the Mets to continue that momentum to cover the spread. And I'm going to go with you over this game. And our second game is going to be on MLB Network at 1:10 p.m. We're going to have the 54-38 Chicago Cubs, first place in the NL Central. One of the most balanced, if not the most balanced offense in baseball. This team can score some runs. They have power. They have speed. They have great pitching. They'll be facing the 45-47 Minnesota Twins. Don't look twice. The Twins are actually starting to show a lot of momentum, slowly chipping their way back to 500 right now. Only 2 games under 500. They took this game yesterday. They won the upset matchup. Right now, the Twins, 43.3% chance to win this game. They are second place in the AL Central. The Cubs, a 56.7. Right now, Chicago, 1.5 run favorites. 9.5 over under. Chicago's minus 125. Minnesota's plus 105. This Cubs offense, top 2 in scoring overall in baseball. 5.5 runs per game. 257 average. 136 home runs. That's top 3 in baseball. 106 steals. That's top 3 in baseball. They have power. They have speed. And they're only giving up 3.78 runs a game. The Twins right now, 4.2 runs a game. The big thing that let them down, they had an awful month of June. The main thing that held them back was their pitching. They went from 3.5 runs per game up to 4.2. The offense has been consistent. If they get their pitching back on track, this is a team that you have to keep your eye on. They're averaging 4.2 runs a game, 239 average, 102 home runs, 46 steals, getting a 4.15 runs per game. Minnesota has Chris Paddock on the mound, 3-7 record, 4.64 ERA for his career, 4.4, 95 innings, 68 strikeouts. Overall, not a bad season, but he is putting a lot of guys on base here, giving up a lot of hits per inning. Then you have Colin Rea going for Chicago right now, 6-3 record, career 4.5 ERA, having a solid season this season, a 4.13 ERA, 85 innings, 60 strikeouts. Not a strikeout pitcher here, but at least one thing he knows. He has a legit one of the best offenses in baseball, bracking him up. The Twins took the game yesterday. Can they carry that momentum here, steal this one from the Cubs? I'm going to go with the Cubs winning this game, but I do think it's going to be close. I have Chicago winning, but winning by 1 run. The Cubs win, but I'll go with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And our next game, our third game, is going to be game 2 of the doubleheader at 5:05 p.m. I already said I hate doubleheaders. So much of what happens this game is going to be the outcome of whatever happened game 1. How many bullpen guys were used? Did they get a long relief pitcher in there? What happened in the first game? If you score 10 runs in game 1, you're only going to score 2 runs in game 2. It's just the way it always works for doubleheaders. So make sure to check this line once we get closer to game time. These numbers could have completely changed by then. But right now, again, we already went over the stats. The 53-39 New York Mets versus the 40-50 Baltimore Orioles. It is very common for teams to split a doubleheader. Right now, the Mets, 58% chance to win this game. The Orioles have 42%. New York, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over-runner. The Mets are minus 165. The Orioles are plus 140. Looking at our starters, we do not have a starter announced as of right now for New York. They are depleted with their pitchers. This is going to be a bullpen game. Again, how much of the relief pitchers were they forced to use in game 1? They need David Peterson to really rack up a lot of innings game 1 so that they can conserve that bullpen for game 2. The Orioles have Sagano on the mound, 6-5 record, a 4.44 ERA, 93.1 innings, 57 strikeouts. He has given up 103 hits. He's putting a lot of guys on base and 19 home runs in 16 games. He's a little susceptible to the long ball, but I'm going to go with the Orioles winning game 2, going with that plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. Then at 5:10 p.m., we have the 42-49 Miami Marlins, third place in the NL East. Yes, they don't have the best record, 7 games under 500, but they've been slowly working their way, chipping away the games, taking it game by game, pitching. Still very questionable, but overall pitching a lot better the last 2 weeks. They'll be playing the 47-46 Cincinnati Reds. The Reds have been very consistent, hovering around 500 the entire season. The offense has been up and down, but overall, very balanced offense. Pitching's been pretty good since opening day. Right now, the Reds have a 69.1% chance to win this game. They're 1 game over 500, and they're 4th place in the NL Central. Just shows how deep that division is. Miami right now, a 30.9% chance to win this game. The Reds are 1.5 run favorites. 9.5 over under. Cincinnati's minus 185. Miami's plus 155 right now. Right now, this Marlins offense is balanced. 4.2 runs a game, 252 average, 79 home runs, 69 steals, again, a 4.71 runs per game. I already mentioned that is not the best, but a couple weeks ago, it was in the 5, so they technically are pitching a lot better right now, a lot more competitively. The Reds, 4.6 runs a game, 246 average, 96 home runs, 66 steals, getting a 3.95 runs a game. The Marlins have Cal Quantrill on the mound, 3-7 record, getting up 5.4 runs per game. That's not the type of numbers you want to see here wrapping this series up. 76.2 innings, 62 strikeouts. He's given up 87 hits in 76 innings, putting guys on base. Nick Lodolo going for the Reds, 5-6 record, 3.58 ERA, 102 innings, 93 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the Reds closing out this series with a win, covering the spread, but I'll go with the under here. And this is a really fun game on MLB Network at 7:05 p.m. The 48-44 Seattle Mariners. This team ended the month of April first place in the AL West. Kind of fell off May. Started getting hotter second half of the month of June. Now they've chipped their way all the way back from under 500 to 4 games under 500. Second place in the AL West. Very balanced on the offensive side. Pretty decent pitching. They'll be facing the 51-41 New York Yankees. Second place in the AL East. The Yankees right now, 45% chance to win this game. Seattle, a 55% chance. 2 of our home run leading guys. You have Raleigh right now, 36 home runs. Judge, 34 home runs. These guys are putting up some crazy stats. Right now, the Mariners here on the road, 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. Seattle's minus 120. New York is even. The Mariners offense, 4.5 runs a game, 247 average, 119 home runs, 81 steals, giving up 3.77 runs a game. Very good pitching for the team, and they have a pretty good offense. The Yankees, though, still overall a top 10 offense, but very Aaron Judge centric. Someone else at some point has to step up, take some pressure off of him in that batting order. They're averaging 5.1 runs a game, hitting 255, 140 home runs. That is second place, only trailing the Dodgers. 63 steals, giving up 3.84 runs per game. This team is completely decimated with their starting rotation. 3 of their 5 starting pitchers on the DL right now. At some point, it becomes too insurmountable to get over there, but they're still having a competitive season. But obviously, they have a couple pieces that they have to move at the All-Star break. Right now, the Yankees, Marcus Stroman going, not the best start of his career. 101 record, 7.45 ERA, but very small sample size because he was injured. 19.1 innings, 12 strikeouts, and Brian Wu, one of the more consistent pitchers for the Mariners. Whenever they need a win, this is one of their foundational pieces. He performs in the big moments. 8-4 record for Brian Wu, 2.77 ERA for his career, 3.3, 107.1 innings, 104 strikeouts. Give me Wu. Give me the Mariners to close this game out with a win. I'm going to take them covering the spread, and I'm going to go with the over here. And then on MLB Network at 7:10 p.m., we have a AL East versus AL East matchup. And this is a very competitive game here. Either one of these teams can make a very strong case to walk away with the win. We're going to have the 50-43 Tampa Bay Rays versus the 49-45 Boston Red Sox. Right now, the Rays third place in the East, the Red Sox fourth place. But both of these teams over 500. Both of these teams have very talented, very balanced offenses. Right now, Tampa Bay 52.1% chance, but Fenway Park, very difficult place for the road team to win. The Red Sox, a 47.9% chance to win. This game is practically a 50-50 split with the fan vote. The Rays, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over-under. Tampa Bay comes into this game on the road. They are minus 111. The Red Sox are minus 108 at home. But like I just mentioned, either one of these teams can win this game. This is a game that you got to keep your eye on. This Tampa Bay offense, they're averaging 4.7 runs a game, hitting 260. One of the best hitting teams in baseball. 103 home runs, 120 stolen bases. That is number one in baseball. This team is extremely aggressive on the base pass. Every time they get a runner on, get them in scoring position as quickly as possible, and they're giving up 3.78 runs a game. The Red Sox, though, a really good offense, a top 10 overall offense. They have power, they have speed. They're averaging 5.1 runs per game, hitting 257, 120 home runs, 78 steals, giving up 3.9 runs per game. They don't have the best pitching, but it is definitely serviceable. The Red Sox have Walker Buehler on the mound. He started off this season really hot. Looked like he had 2017, 2018 form. But the last month and a half, he's completely fallen off. He's been getting shelled every single start, but he's shown he still has something there. Can he get things back on track? 6-6 record, 6.25 ERA. That is awful. 72 innings, 61 strikeouts. A lot of walks here. 32 walks. That's almost a walk every other inning. And then Taj Bradley also not having a good start, but it's still better than Walker Buehler's. 5-6 record, 4.79 ERA, 97.2 innings, 84 strikeouts. If it comes down to the later innings, to the bullpen, I'm going to trust the Rays here on the road. Give me Tampa Bay winning this game, covering the spread, and I'll go with the over. And it's 7:40 p.m., the 43-48 Cleveland Guardians. This team, the last 1 to 2 months, they have not been performing well at any single statistical category. They got to get that offense back on track. They got to get their pitching on track. They had a really good month of April. They got to replicate that performance. They'll be on the road here versus the 31-62 Chicago White Sox. The White Sox upset Cleveland yesterday. We did pick them to do so, so props to them, but very hard to consistently pick the White Sox. This is not a good team, but they are still much better than they were last season. They are using this as a building block going forward. They are actually a very competitive team, very under-the-radar competitive team. You always got to keep your eye on them. Right now, Chicago, 52.7% chance to win this game. The fans are loving them. Cleveland, a 47.3. The Guardians, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over-under. Cleveland, minus 135. Chicago, plus 115. Right now, this Cleveland offense, 3.7 runs a game. They are much better than that. 224 batting average, 90 home runs, 69 steals, again, 3.99 runs per game. The White Sox, one of the worst offenses in baseball, bottom 5 overall, 3.4 runs a game, 222 average, that's one of the worst. 71 home runs, 59 steals, giving a 4.14 runs a game. But you always have to take Chicago serious. Overall, they have a pretty decent pitching team. Right now, the White Sox have Jonathan Cannon going 3-7, record of 4.5 ERA, 72 innings, 56 strikeouts, and Logan Allen going for the Guardians. Career 4.5 ERA. This season, 5-7 record, 4.07 ERA, 84 innings, 65 strikeouts. I'm going to go with the Guardians pulling off a very, very close win here. I'm going to go with them covering the spread, but I'm going to go with the under. And then at 7:45 p.m., the 38 and 54 Washington Nationals, younger team, interim coach. They don't have the best pitching, but their offense is actually pretty good. They'll be facing off versus the 49 and 44 St. Louis Cardinals. They're the opposite, veteran squad. Newport, Donovan, Contreras, Arenado, a lot of veterans here. Very good team. Right now, St. Louis 49 and 43, third place in the NL Central. The Nationals, fifth place in the NL East. Washington, 37.6% chance to win this game. St. Louis, a 62.4. Right now, the Cardinals, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. St. Louis is minus 145. Washington, plus 120. The Nationals offense, 4.4 runs a game, 247 average, 87 home runs, 78 steals, pretty balanced, giving up 5.16 runs per game. It's not just the starting rotation that's stunk. It is also the bullpen. Even if they have the lead, once it gets turned over to the bullpen, it is not safe by any means. And right now, St. Louis, 4.5 runs a game, 251 average, 91 home runs, 47 steals, giving up 4.08 runs per game. Looking at that pitching, Miles Mikolas right now on the mound for the Cardinals, 4-6 record, 5.26 ERA, 87.1 innings, 60 strikeouts. Michael Soroka right now going for the Nationals, 3-6 record, a 5.4 ERA. This has to be the worst start of his career. For his career, he's about a 4.1 ERA guy, giving up a lot more runs than that this season. 63.1 innings, 70 strikeouts. Both of these pitchers have over 5 ERAs. That just lets you know there may be a lot of runs scored in this game. I'm going to go with the upside. I'm going to go with the Nationals pulling off the win, going with the plus 1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And both of these teams could use a win this next game at 9:05 p.m. The 39 and 51 Atlanta Braves. What do you make of the Braves right now? They've been up and down. They've been sideways. They have not been playing up to their potential. Basically, since opening day, they've been all over the place. They had Acuna back. They had Strider back. It still did not light a spark. It didn't give them any momentum. Some are saying it's time for a fire sale. I don't want to see that happen. This is a talented roster on paper, and they have a lot of injuries, and they've just not been playing well this entire season. They'll be facing the 38 and 55 Athletics. This game is in Sacramento, minor league stadium, smaller ballpark, might be some home runs. Right now, the A's 41% chance to win this game. The Braves a 59% chance. These teams are fighting. Braves 39 wins. The A's 38 wins. Who is going to finish this series in first place, basically? Right now, the Braves 1.5 run favorites, 10.5 over under. Atlanta's minus 155. The Athletics are plus 130. This Braves offense, 4 runs a game. It's actually been sliding backwards the last couple of weeks. 243 average, 92 home runs, 43 steals. You have 3.77 runs a game. The bullpen is completely decimated. The starting rotation's decimated. The batting order is not at full strength right now. The A's are averaging 4.2 runs a game, 248 average. They do hit a lot of home runs, 113 home runs, 49 steals. You have 5.32 runs a game. Overall, a bottom 4 overall pitching staff for the A's here. So this is the Braves' chance to get some type of momentum, score some type of runs. Right now, they have Spencer Strider on the mound. His first 2 starts, not the best this season. Since then, he is back to vintage Strider performance. When he is on, he's one of the best young pitchers in baseball, one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball. 3-7 record, a 3.93 ERA, 55 innings, 63 strikeouts, 7 home runs in 55 innings. That is a lot of home runs given up. But like I said, he is pitching better his last few starts. JP Sears going for the A's, 7-7 record, 4.76 ERA, 92.2 innings, 73 strikeouts, 18 home runs given up in 15 starts. That is a lot of home runs. Give me the Braves closing out this series with a well-earned win. I have them covering the spread, and I'm actually going to go with the under this game. In our second to last game at 9:38 p.m., the 45 and 47 Texas Rangers. Will they ever get their offense back on track? On paper, a very good lineup. On the field, not the best. Yes, they have been hitting better the last, I'd say, 2 to 3 weeks, but overall, still a bottom 10 overall offense. They'll be facing the 44 and 47 Los Angeles Angels. This is an AL West versus AL West matchup. Right now, the Rangers 3rd place in the West. The Angels 4th place in the West. These teams are very close. The Angels, 48.9% chance to win this game at home. The Rangers, a 51.1% chance. So pretty much a 50-50 split. Right now, the Rangers 1.5 run favorites, 9.5 over under. The Angels are even. The Rangers are minus 120. This Rangers offense, they are finally up to 3.8 runs a game. That's not even good, but they used to be about 3.3 to 3.4. They are hitting better recently, but they have a long road to go. They have to at least get up to 4.5 to 4.7. As a team, they're hitting 229, 90 home runs, 83 steals, giving a 3.22 runs a game. This team cannot hit to save their life, but their pitching is top 2 overall in baseball. They have a playoff caliber pitching staff. They just need to get their pitchers some run support. That's the missing link. Just score a couple runs and you can win these games. The Angels 4.3 runs a game, 228 average, 129 home runs. That is top 5 in baseball. This team hits a buttload of home runs, 40 stolen bases, getting a 4.47 runs per game. You might kind of scoff at that, but last month it was in the fives. So they are technically pitching much better than they were 3 to 4 weeks ago. Right now, looking at that pitching, Jake Kennewitt's on the mound for the Angels, 3-8 record, a 5.42 ERA, 91.1 innings, 62 strikeouts. He's given up 100 hits in 91 innings, 42 walks in 91 innings, 16 home runs in 91 innings. All three of those things are awful stats so far. Patrick Corbin on the mound for the Rangers. He started out the season. He looked like he was back to 2017 Patrick Corbin form. Don't forget the last 5 seasons over a 5 ERA. He has shown this season he still has something left in the tank. 5-7 record, a 4.18 ERA, 88.1 innings, 68 strikeouts. I was leaning Rangers to win this game. I think Patrick Corbin's going to have a good game. And then for some reason in my gut, I think the Angels are going to hit a lot of home runs off of him. Give me the Angels to pull off the upset, going with the +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over. And we made it to our final game of the day on MLB Network at 9:40 p.m. The 45-47 Arizona Diamondbacks. Not the best pitching, but one of the best offense in baseball. They have power, they have speed, they can hit for average. They'll be on the road here versus the 49-42 San Diego Padres. This is an NOS versus NOS matchup. And this is probably the deepest, most competitive division in baseball. Right now, the Padres second place in the West, the Diamondbacks fourth place in the West. Arizona, 41.9% chance to win this game. San Diego, a 58.1% chance. The Diamondbacks, 1.5 run favorites, 8.5 over under. Arizona -125. San Diego +105. That Diamondbacks offense right now, 5.2 runs per game, 253 average, 132 home runs. That's top 5 in baseball. 62 steals, getting a 4.72 runs a game. Like I just said, not the best pitching, but they'll just outscore you. That's their philosophy. We don't care how many runs we give up. We're just going to score more than you. Right now, San Diego, 4.1 runs a game, 246 average, 75 home runs, 59 steals, getting a 3.69 runs per game. The thing they really need to do, they have to get Fernando Tatis back on track. He had a great April. Since then, he has been ice cold this entire season. But when he's on, he's one of the most electrifying players in Major League Baseball. On the mound right now for the Diamondbacks, Eduardo Rodriguez, 3-5 record of 5.78 ERA. He's much better than the way that he's been pitching this season. 76.1 innings, 87 strikeouts. He is a strikeout pitcher. Randy Vasquez having a great season for the Padres. 3-4 record, a 3.79 ERA, 90.1 innings, 49 strikeouts. By no means a strikeout pitcher. He's put on 42 guys on base. That's a walk every other inning. That scares the crap out of me here because you don't want guys on base versus the power hitting Diamondbacks team. But I'm going to go with the Padres to pull off the upset. I'm going to go with the Padres +1.5, and I'm going to go with the over this game. Guys, that's our breakdown. That's our predictions, our picks, and our best bets. No matter what, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments, by all means, drop them below. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What are your thoughts on these games? Let me know down below, and I will make sure that I respond to every single comment. If you want to sign up for one of our member teams, look down at the pinned comment below. Click on that link. You can sign up there. And, of course, as always, thank you for watching.